So can anyone confirm if recording has started? If they are seeing any box showing recording has started?
Yes, it has started.
Okay. So everything is good. We can directly move to the uh, main part of the session. So सबसे पहले काफी अच्छा लगा, काफी लोग ज्वाइन किए ये सेशन में। हम लोग कई सारा इंटरेस्टिंग कंसेप्ट सीखेंगे, समझेंगे। और कंसेप्ट पहुंचने से पहले सबसे पहले मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा कि आप लोग का मोटिवेशन क्या है स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में जानने का। क्या ये पैसा कमाना है, या इसका कुछ और भी आप लोग के पीछे मोटिवेशन है? तो कोई एक या दो शेयर करना चाहेंगे अपना मोटिवेशन? Anyone can unmute. Just try to make it a more interactive session.
Well, hi, Madhur. I'm a finance student at I'm a fresher right now, so wish to learn new things about the stock market. And since I'm going in that field, so it will be better if I get a thorough understanding what it is actually and how can I maximize my benefits.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, it's good to know that you are exploring finance field, and stock market is definitely a very important part of this field. So just confirming if my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so the presentation is visible, it means. Can anyone else also confirm if the presentation is visible? Okay. Actually, while presenting, I can't see the chat section. So at that time, try to unmute and tell. Okay. So the topic of this session is stock market. So we will learn various concepts of stock market. A brief about me. I am Madhur Jain. I was awarded by the Honorable President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind ji, in 2019. I am also the co-founder of a startup FinStart, and I am from IIT Patna. So the first question that you might be thinking, why to attend this session? Like why I could be a good person to tell you various things about stock market. Because like बाजार में कई सारे लोग हैं जो स्टॉक मार्केट रिलेटेड वीडियोस बनाते हैं, यूट्यूब में कई सारा चीज शेयर करते हैं। दुनिया भर के ऑनलाइन कोर्सेस है, लगभग हर कोई आज कुछ ना कुछ स्टॉक मार्केट रिलेटेड बेच ही रहा है। तो ऐसा में क्यों मैं आप लोग को कुछ अच्छा बता सकता हूँ। तो यहाँ कुछ पॉइंट्स है जो आपकी स्क्रीन पे है। तो पहला, मुझे खुद एक्चुअल इन्वेस्टिंग एंड ट्रेडिंग एक्सपीरियंस है लास्ट 3 ईयर्स से, जो कि काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। क्योंकि हम लोग के कॉलेज में हम लोग को कई सारा फाइनेंस कंसेप्ट पढ़ाया तो जाता है कि बड़े बड़े साइंटिस्ट लोगों ने ये कंसेप्ट बनाया, कई सारी थ्योरीज है जो 30 साल 50 साल पहले बनाई गई थी, और वो लोग नोबेल प्राइज भी जीते थे। पर जब आप उनको यूज करेंगे एक्चुअल स्टॉक मार्केट में, तब आप गौर करेंगे उसमें से अधिकतर चीज सब काम की बची ही नहीं है। वो सब पुराने आउटडेटेड कंसेप्ट हो गए। तो ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि एक्चुअल मार्केट का आपको एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, और ये एक्सपीरियंस ही आपका बेस्ट टीचर रहेगा। मैं आपको कई सारे अच्छी अच्छी रिसोर्सेज शेयर करूंगा जो आपको शुरू में बेसिक्स बिल्ड करने में और इनिशियल टाइम में हेल्प करेगा। पर आपका बिगेस्ट लर्नर हमेशा ये स्टॉक मार्केट खुद होगा। ये जस्ट एक साइकिलिंग की तरह है। जब हम लोग छोटे थे, व्हेन वी स्टार्ट साइकिलिंग, दैट हम लोग कई बार गिरते थे, कई बार चोट लगता था, वी गॉट हर्ट, but that's the only way how we learned how to cycle properly, and slowly and eventually we became master in it. Then we move on to uh, using two-wheelers, four-wheelers, and so on. So I also hosted guest sessions with very eminent people, like Mohnish Pabra is the billionaire investor. He used to spend time with world's biggest investors like Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and many others. Then Aswar Damodaran, one of the world's best person related to valuation, like how to know at which price to buy anything. That is called as valuation. Then Pranjal Kamra, very famous Indian YouTuber with 3 million plus subscribers, and Chandra Bhatia and many others. So I hosted sessions with them, tried to learn many things about them, their theories, how they made money, how they approach stock market, what was their biggest learnings throughout their journey. Like many of them have been in the stock market for more than 40, 50 years. Just imagine. Also, I did 30 plus best books related to it. I founded Finance Club in my college, IIT Patna, 2 years ago, and has done various online courses by famous people like Rachana Ranade, Pranjal Kamra, Sunil Minglani, related to investing as well as trading. So this would be the topics that we will cover today: financial literacy, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, resources, career options, community, and Q&A. So in the Q&A, we will discuss very properly each and everyone's important questions, like whatever doubts you have, so that it should be a really good session for everyone, and you should really like this session. So coming to financial literacy. So फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी में हम लोग ये सब समझेंगे कि क्यों ये फाइनेंस या स्टॉक मार्केट ये सब जो टॉपिक्स है इनका क्या इंपॉर्टेंस हमारे लाइफ में, क्यों हम लोग को ये सब चीज समझना चाहिए, सीखना चाहिए, और ये हम लोग के लिए मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट लर्निंग में से एक है. सो आप लोग यू ऑल मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट इन्फ्लेशन, महंगाई. सो ये महंगाई है जो हम लोग का पैसा खाने लगती है. एक तो महंगाई है और दूसरा इनकम टैक्स है. तो आप लोग ये मैगी जरूर खाते होंगे, आप लोग में से कई लोगों का फेवरेट होगा. तो आप लोग अगर ऑब्जर्व किए है कि यही सेम मैगी जो कि कुछ सालों पहले 10 रुपया में 95 ग्राम्स देता था, आज ये आपका दाम बढ़ के 12 रुपया में आपको 70 ग्राम्स बच देता है. तो हो क्या रहा है कि कई सारे प्रोडक्ट जो हम लोग खाते हैं उनका दाम तो कई सालों में लगभग सेम रहता है या आसपास ही रहता है, पर उसमें क्वांटिटी जो होता है वो धीरे धीरे घटता जा रहा है. तो एक तरीके से ये कहना हो गया कि 100 रुपया में जो हम लोग 10 साल पहले खरीद सकते थे, आज वही सेम चीज खरीदने के लिए हमें शायद 300, 400, 500 रुपया लगेगा. और लेफ्ट साइड यही कंसेप्ट को हम लोग श्रिंकफ्लेशन कहते हैं, कि सेम प्राइस में अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट्स का साइज छोटा करता गया. इसका एक और वेरी कॉमन एग्जांपल है कुरकुरे. अगर आप लोग कुरकुरे शौक से खाते हैं तो आप लोग ऑब्जर्व किए होंगे कि लास्ट की 1-2 साल में कुरकुरे का पैकेट में क्वांटिटी काफी काफी कम कर दिया गया. और लेफ्ट साइड में हम लोग कई सारे अदर प्रोडक्ट्स भी देख सकते हैं, लाइक कोका कोला, पार्ले जी बिस्किट्स, भुजिया पैकेट्स, डेयरी मिल्क एंड मेनी अदर्स. तो यहाँ इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि हम लोग को कॉलेज एंड स्कूल्स ये सब से हम लोग पैसा कमाना तो जान जाते, लाइक वी लर्न हाउ टू अर्न मनी, लाइक वी स्टार्टेड अर्निंग मनी थ्रू डूइंग वेरियस जॉब्स और डूइंग सम बिजनेस. बट there is very important thing is that after trying to learn about earning money, we need to manage it properly. Otherwise, what will happen that if we earn 100 rupees, we spend 80 rupees or maybe 90 rupees, and we will left just a 10 or 20 rupees, which won't be any good for us in the long term. Because after some certain time, you will also retire from your job. You can't be able to earn more money. Then, like, how will your family and other members will sustain? So it's very important to learn how to manage and how to grow your wealth. And here comes the power of stock market. Just see this chart very carefully. This is the chart of Nifty 50. This is an index, a group which represents the top 50 companies in India. So if you closely see this, the price of this was around less than 1,000 in 1995. And slowly it kept on increasing, and ultimately today, this is a little old chart, Today its price is 18,000. So it increased by massive amount. Just try to understand. In last 25 years, Nifty index itself increased by 36 times. So what this means is that if you invested 1 lakh rupees over Nifty index 25 years ago and you did nothing, you don't have to even look at that again. Just you invest and just you forget. Then also in this 25 years, your 1 lakh would become 36 lakh. Just imagine. And in this 36, in these 25 years, there were so many big events. Like everything which could possibly happen happened in the world. There was attack in USA, 9/11 attack by Osama bin Laden. Then there was in Kargil war between India Pakistan. Then there was general elections many times. Then there was various kinds of scams by Congress government and other things. Like everything that could happen happened. Then demonetization happened. Even COVID-19 lockdown happened, which didn't happen anything of that type throughout the history of the world. So everything happened. But even after that, this gave you 36 times return over last 20 to 25 years. Just try to deeply understand how big thing it is. So let's compare a person who is doing job and a person who is investor. So you all must have heard about the world's biggest company, Apple. And Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple, and Warren Buffett is world's biggest investor, who has invested massive amount in Apple company. So Warren Buffett doesn't work for Apple company. Once he has invested, he just has to spend some time someday to know that if everything is going well with the company, which we will discuss like doing fundamental analysis and other parts. But he was tending to zero hours for Apple. But Tim Cook was 24 by 7 for this company. And just see the difference in earning. The uh, the iconic CEO, the world's biggest company CEO, is earning only $15 million per year. This is not a small amount, but compare it to what Warren Buffett is earning from Apple. He's earning 25 billion. It starts with B. $25 billion in 1 year. And like if you have just to clarify, 1 million is 10 lakh rupees and 1 billion is 100 crore rupees. And for dollar, you have to multiply by 83. Just see the difference. Same difference you can see on the left side. Warren Buffett invested in Coca-Cola, where he is earning 1.5 million per day. And just from the dividends, whereas the CEO of Coca-Cola earns 1 million per year as salary. So one thing is guaranteed. If you want to become very, very rich, you can't become using a job. And there is a proof also. If you see world's richest top 500 people, you won't find even a single person who is doing job. You can check the list by Forbes. All these persons are either the entrepreneurs, that is businessmen, like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, or they can be the investors like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, and many others. So you must have heard about this eighth wonder of the world, which is called as compounding. It is believed that Albert Einstein famously called compounding as the eighth wonder of the world. So what it means is that anything you do consistently every day and improving by small margins over the long term, over the long period, like कई सालों में ये काफी बड़ा काफी अच्छा ग्रो कर जाता है. And just see the net worth of Warren Buffett. At the age of 53, his net worth was $500 million. And from 53 to 87, just in some years, his net worth increased from $500 million to more than 100 billion. Today, his net worth is $100 billion. And just as to share as a fact, Warren Buffett even became the richest person of the world in 2008. And it is widely accepted that he can again become the world's richest man probably in 2023 or 2024. So just see the tremendous power of compounding. Like he started stock market at the age of just 14. Like we are around 20, 22 years of age, or like maybe some of you who are working in some companies more than that. So timing in the stock market is very, very important. You have to start very, very early. The more early you start, the better it is. Because in that way, compounding works in the best manner. So let's compare. Like आप लोग को घर में आपके पेरेंट्स बोले होंगे कि स्टॉक मार्केट ये सब जुआ है, आप इसके बदले आप सोना खरीद लो, you can invest in FDs and like real estate, but just stay away from stock market. Like we have been told this thing from our childhood days. Just see the comparison of the returns between FD, Sensex. Sensex is a stock market index. Like it is a group of top 50 companies, top 30 companies, sorry. So you can see the chart difference here. So how Sensex was negligible during 1980s, and today its price is, this is an old chart, today its price is 60,000. So if you invested in 1980s, your money would grown by like it's difficult to calculate because here the exact amount isn't visible, but at least 200 300 times. So if you invested 1 crore, your that 1 crore would become over this 40 years to be 200 crores at least, without spending a single second for that. This is the power difference between stock market versus other options like gold, silver, FDs, real estate, and many others. But each one has its own importance. It doesn't mean that if you have 100 rupees, just go and invest all 100 rupees in stock market, because it is little more risky also than in comparison to gold and FDs. But you get the point. Like you can't ignore stock market basically. So if can you imagine that the price of one stock can even rose by 10,000% in 1 year? Like what this means is that if you invested 1 crore in this stock, it would become 100 crore in 1 year. This just happened in this company Expro India. So its price was during April 2020 around 10 rupees. And during April 2022, it touched around 1,000 rupees. 100 times it increased. And even it's still around 640 price. It's, and mind that it's not a penny stock. It's a good company, and some really top investors also invested in this company when it was at lower price. So this just shows that what is the massive power stock market has. Like it can do literally wonders if you properly devote to it. But अभी आपको लग रहा होगा कि स्टॉक मार्केट में तो सब चीज इतना अच्छा है, सब चीज इतना बढ़ता है, तो काफी इजीली कोई भी पैसा कमा सकता है. तो अगर इतना इजी होता स्टॉक मार्केट में पैसा कमाना, so like if it were that easy, then everybody would become very, very rich very easily. Like everybody just left their work and just enter into stock market and become rich. So this doesn't happen. So what it means is that you have to work hard properly. You have to upskill yourself. You have to understand many concepts. You have to spend time in learning, and you have to do many more things together with luck. Then only you can become very rich through stock market. So see, on the right side, you can see one of the world's biggest company, Facebook, part of the group FANG. That Facebook, which also changed its name to Meta now, its price was around 380 during September 2021. and just see how badly its stock get crushed. From 380, its stock got crushed to $90 recently. So just in 1 year, its stock crashed by 75%. And this is not a small company. This is world's top five biggest company. Stock price got reduced by 75% in less than 1 year. So there are reasons why this happened. It's not like that anything happens without any reasons. But you have to be careful. I mean to say that you can't just blindly go and invest in any company. Like you heard about that Meta is a very good company, Apple is a very good company, or Google is a very good company, or from India like HDFC Bank is a very good company, or Reliance is very good. So you can't just blindly go and invest anytime and earn money from that. You have to be very cautious, very disciplined. सो लेफ्ट साइड में हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि इंडिया के कई सारी एक समय जो काफी फेमस कंपनीज होती थी जब हम लोग छोटे थे तो ये सब कंपनीज वन ऑफ द टॉप कंपनीज थी इंडिया की जो कि आज नियर टू बैंकरप्ट हो गई है एंड डेफिनेटली देयर स्टॉक प्राइस आल्सो crashed by 99%, 95% and so on. So like on the top you can see Reliance Communication. This company belongs to Anil Ambani. There was a time during 2006, 2007 when Anil Ambani became the top five richest person in the world. Just imagine, top five richest person in the world, and today his company is near to bankruptcy. It's almost bankrupted. You can see on the top Reliance Communications, then Reliance Capital. So even this thing also happens in stock market that the world's top company also got bankrupt. Then see Reliance Power, Reliance Infrastructure, all these company belongs to Anil Ambani. Then there are other famous companies also like PC Jewelers, Jet Airways. So these were once very big companies in India. Then just see, some companies gave so much good returns to investors over the long term. So you must have heard about some really good Indian companies such as Infosys, Eicher Motors, which sells Royal Enfield, HDFC Bank, Asian Paints. Just see the amount of return they gave from 1990s to 2017. This is an old data. So if you have invested 10,000 rupees in Infosys in 1993, over 24 years, this 10,000 rupees would have become 3 crore. Just imagine, 10,000 rupees became 3 crore over 24 years. And this is an old data. Today it would be at least 15 crore. So 10,000 became 10 to 15 crore in just 30 years. And similarly, you can see in other cases. Just try to understand like how big things can happen through stock market. Like all these things are being shared so that you can understand why understanding stock market is important. And sadly, these things aren't being taught in any schools, colleges, MBA colleges, even IITs, IIMs. Like nowhere these things are properly taught. And these are the actual things through which people are making insane amount of money with proper hard work, discipline, and dedication. So enough of basic concepts. Let's move on to fundamental analysis. So in fundamental analysis, we basically try to understand the business of the company. See, what is a stock? So through stock, we are trying to become a part-wise owner of the company, a very, very small owner of the company, like 0.0000001%. So you have to think as an entrepreneur. You have to understand whether this company is a good business or not, like what they are selling. whether it is an important product or service. Like लोगों को ये चीज काम का है कि नहीं, समय के साथ साथ इसका डिमांड रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा, इनके कंपेटिटर्स कैसे हैं, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज कैसा है, like government are supporting this sector or not. Like recently, you would have heard about EV sector. So last 2 years, government has been supporting EV sector uh, with a large amount of supports. So all these things comes under fundamental analysis. So first point is industry analysis. तो इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस में हम लोग अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं कि वो इंडस्ट्री में क्या क्या हो रहा है, कौन कौन सी उसमें कंपनीज है, कौन कंपनीज का क्या वैल्यू चेन में है। मतलब जैसे एक इंडस्ट्री है कोई भी अगर है तो उसमें कई सारी अलग अलग कंपनीज होती है, दे आर मेनी मेनी प्लेयर्स। सो some companies don't sell their products to customers, instead they sell their products or services to other companies, which we call B2B, business to business. So we have to understand like which company does which thing within an industry and how industry is doing overall. Then comes to company analysis, which I already told about, understanding the business model of the company, like how any company is earning money. So if you have heard about, like, let's say common company is HUL. So we all use the products of HULs like Lifebuoy, Lux, and so many other like soaps and detergents. So how they are earning money? They are earning money by selling these products. Then let's say Asian Paints, how they are earning money by helping the people paint their houses and other things. Similarly, there are many companies which sells apparels like clothes, such as Aditya Birla Fashion, Arvind Fashion. So lots of examples are there. Then there are cement companies you would have heard about, ACC Cement, Ambuja Cement. So you have to understand which company is doing which thing properly. I'm just telling you very brief now. You have to understand very deeply because every company is doing too many things. Then there are various ratios to understand more better about the company, and you have to see the financial statements. So you have to understand the basics of accounting. So this comes under commerce subject, but there are many similarities between commerce and stock market or in finance in general. This doesn't mean that if you are from science background, you can't do well in stock market, but you need to learn those concepts. Then comes is the competitor analysis, where we analyze the how a competitor is doing with respect to a given company. So let's say HDFC Bank. So how other banks are doing. So ICICI Bank, Canara Bank, SBI, Axis Bank. So there are so many competitors. Then you have to understand economic analysis. You have to understand the fiscal and monetary policies. This means that policies taken by the government and the central bank. So, for example, RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So, how they are taking different policies, and geopolitics. So, how various things happening between different countries, etc. So you would have heard about Russia-Ukraine war happening. So how it is impacting everything in the world. Then comes the valuation to understand what could be the true price of a stock should be, so that you have to buy it cheap, preferably below the intrinsic value, which we call, and you have to sell it at higher price and lots of practice. So enough of theory. Let's see a practical example. So we will take example of HDFC Bank for doing fundamental analysis. Like I will just tell you very brief because I have to cover many more topics in the limited time. So can anyone confirm if my screen is visible? HDFC Bank's screener website is open.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So this is one of the website screener. So I just searched HDFC Bank. So you can see here various things showing like ROE 16.6%. Its current price around 1600. Its PE ratio 22, 21. And if you go below, then you can see various things in comparison to other players, like its competitors, like Kotak Mahindra Bank, ICICI Bank. Then these are called as financial statements. So it's a part of accounting. So profit and loss statement. So it's showing how the revenue of the company. Just see how revenue grows of this company over last 10 years. During 2021, the company had a revenue of 20,000 crore and a net profit of 4,000 crore. Just see how it grown to 1,35,000 crore. So around 6.5 times its revenue grew over 11 years. And how much its profit grow? Can anyone tell? How many times? Try to be interactive. See, like if I only tell everything, then it won't be much helpful to you. Anyone can unmute. I hope everyone is listening very carefully. Just see net profit. It grown from
Almost
4,000
10
to,
times.
yeah, so 4,000 to 38,000 crore. So around 9.5 times. So all these are parts of financial fundamental analysis. Like you have to understand what each of these represents. So I'm not going into detail now. I will host a detailed fundamental analysis session later on. Then there is a balance sheet. So see here borrowings are there. And see cash flow. So ultimately how much cash a company is earning. And see shareholding patterns, like who is owning how much of the company, and many more things are there. So for understanding a company, you have to understand the annual report. So this annual report is freely available over online. You can search in Google HDFC Bank annual report PDF and you can download. So I just downloaded earlier to show you. So see, it's a very big document. So you don't have to read each and everything, but you have to read some parts. So I am saying which parts are most important to read in an annual report. So see, here key highlights are important. Then you have to understand this part. What is the purpose of the company? What they are thinking? These things are also important, like how they are creating value for their shareholders, stakeholders. Here they are telling various important information. So see, here they are telling more important information. See, like they have around 21,500 banking outlets, 6,500 total branches, and many more things they are here. How much presence they have at different places like rural area, urban area, what is their international presence. So you have to understand this before investing in any company. You should be like that. If anyone asks you what this company does before you are investing in any particular stock of that company, you have to know many things about that. You should be like a part of that company. So see, here you should know what is the history of this company, what they have done throughout. Then you have to read what is the message from the CEO of the company. Here he's telling various things, performance and many more things of the company. Like you don't have to read each and every line in these sections, but you have to read various important things. Then here you have to see the financial performance. This is also important. This is very important. Like the data that I was seeing on that screener website, all of those things, data are taken from these places only, from the annual report of each and every company. So see here, we profit after tax. So this company had a PAT of about 37,000 crore last year. Just 2 years ago, it was 26,000. And see the difference. So you have to understand all these things. It will take time. It won't happen that you start today and you everything you learn in one day. Then you have to read. You have to go through this risk management section. Then you have to see who are the leaders of this company, like if they have good background or not, like board of directors, senior management team. Then you have to go through this their financial statements, very detailed. So you have to go through consolidated balance sheet, P&L statement, and cash statement. The schedules to these statements is also very important. And then shareholder information and some more parts is there. So basically, you get the idea that and going through the annual report is very important to understand about any company. So let's move to the next part. Can anyone confirm if my voice is properly audible? Hello, can anyone confirm?
Yes, it is audible.
Yes,
Yeah, please try to be very interactive. So next part is the technical analysis. So टेक्निकल एनालिसिस में हम लोग साइकोलॉजी समझते हैं. हम लोग यहाँ पैटर्न रिकॉग्निशन करते हैं कि किस तरीका से बाकी इन्वेस्टर सोच रहे, हाउ दे आर थिंकिंग एट वेरियस टाइम, एंड वी ट्राई टू मैच वेरियस पैटर्न्स. वी ट्राई टू सी like how various trends are happening. So all this belongs to the technical analysis part. So first part is price action. So here we see the support, resistance, and trend. Second part is indicators. There are famous indicators like moving average, VWAP, RSI, Fibonacci retracement. Like you would have somewhere or somewhat heard about some of them somewhere. Like it's no problem, you don't know what exactly those things means. Then there are candlestick patterns. Then news. News are very, very important for a technical analyst person. And then lots of practice. So what is a candlestick? So जैसे हम लोग अभी देखें कि स्टॉक का प्राइस किस तरीका से था. लेट्स से अगर मुझे जानना है कि एचडीएफसी बैंक का स्टॉक प्राइस लास्ट के 5 साल में क्या क्या मूवमेंट हुआ, मतलब वो कितना से कितना बढ़ा, कब कब घटा, कितना घटा, तो हम इसका वेरियस मेथड से रिप्रेजेंट करने का. तो उसी में एक मेथड्स होता है कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न्स. सो ये कैंडल्स जैसे यहाँ ग्रीन कलर शो हो रहा है, तो इसमें ये जो प्राइस होगा ये बताता है ओपनिंग प्राइस, और ये जहां पे बंद हुआ ग्रीन पार्ट ये हो गया क्लोजिंग प्राइस, और ये जो सबसे ऊपर है इसमें वो उसका हाईएस्ट प्राइस, और सबसे नीचे जो है वो हो गया लोवेस्ट प्राइस, ये वाला. सो ये हम लोग चार्ट्स किसी भी टाइम में देख सकते हैं. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि एक कैंडल हम लोग को 5 मिनट में भी बता सकता है कि 5 मिनट में स्टॉक का प्राइस में क्या मूवमेंट हुआ, और वही और कैंडल से हम लोग 10 मिनट में भी देख सकते, 2 घंटा में भी देख सकते, 1 दिन में भी देख सकते, और 1 महीना में भी देख सकते. तो ये रिप्रेजेंटेशन है प्राइस को शो करने का, और इस पे वेरियस थ्योरीज भी बनी है टेक्निकल एनालिसिस के लिए. सो हम लोग एक लाइव केस स्टडी करते हैं कुछ कंपनीज का, जैसे कि टाटा मोटर्स, यस बैंक, आईआरएफसी एंड लुपिन. सो सी पहले मैं थोड़ा कैंडलस्टिक्स के बारे में बता देता हूँ. तो अभी ये 1 डे यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि यहाँ एक कैंडल जो है ये 1 डे का उसका प्राइस बता रहा है. इट इज टेलिंग यू द प्राइस ओवर 1 डे टाइम फ्रेम. So see, this represents 17.7. So on this day, on 9 December, the stock price of Yes Bank opened at around 17 rupees, 17 and a half rupees here, and it closed at 19.7 rupees on that day. But before closing, it hit 20.5 rupees on that day. And on the lower side, it touched around 17 rupees on that day. So it's just a representation, basically. So I have chosen 1 day representation. You can choose also 5 minutes. So see, this is 13. So today at 1 o'clock, over 5 minute time, this was the movement of the stock price. So candles are mainly used to show the uh, movement of the stock price of any company. I'm just touching various things in very brief, because like it's just an introductory session today. So see, you can see, for example, here over a 1 day period, let's say, this stock was touching this level various times. One time, two time, then here also 3 time, 4 time. So this is known as resistance on the upper side. And here it is supporting this level various times. It is called as support. So just see, once it gave a breakout from the resistance, it rose very nicely. From here, 18 rupees to it even touched 25 rupees nearly. Again, it came back just to retrace it. It's not necessary that it will do always. And again, just see, it came just here near its resistance. It touched the resistance and then again moved back. So all this comes under the price action part. Support, resistance, support, trend. You can see it's slowly increasing. The stock price is increasing. You can see earlier this line was the resistance of the stock. See, so many times it touched, it came back. And this was the support price around 12 rupees. One time 12, various days here, here 12, here 12. Then it gave a breakout, it went ahead, again it touched. Then slowly, so it's on an uptrend. Slowly the price is increasing. So all this comes under price action, basically. And this, you would be seeing various lines here. These are indicators, moving average. And below you can see some big bars. They are called as volumes. तो टेक्निकल एनालिसिस का एग्जांपल में यहाँ हम लोग देखे कि कैसे यस बैंक काफी समय के बाद ब्रेकआउट दिया और अभी अच्छा ऊपर बढ़ रहा है. फिर ये एक एग्जांपल है, लुपिन एक ये फार्मा कंपनी है. तो देखो यहाँ पे मैंने एक चैनल ये बनाया, इसका स्टॉक कितना अच्छा से ये चैनल में ऊपर नीचे कर रहा है. जस्ट सी हाउ ब्यूटीफुली, लाइक यहाँ पे कई बार आया, फिर ऊपर गया, फिर नीचे आया, ऊपर गया, फिर ऊपर गया, फिर नीचे आया, अभी फिर शायद ऊपर जाना चाहिए. और ये स्लोली पर इसका स्टॉक प्राइस ऊपर की ओर जा रहा है. तो ये एक अप ट्रेंड में चल रहा है. अब ये टाटा मोटर्स का स्टॉक प्राइस, ये कई बार ये प्राइस में आके टच किया. देखो, तो इसको हम लोग कहेंगे सपोर्ट. यहाँ पे सपोर्ट लिया और कई बार यहाँ जाके ये घूम जा रहा है ये प्राइस में 450 के पास. तो ये इसका पहला स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस है. फिर इसका एक और बड़ा स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस यहाँ पे भी है 530 में. एक ये भी छोटा सा रेजिस्टेंस है. तो अभी देखो कितना सुंदर हुआ. जस्ट 3 दिन पहले ये यहाँ पे इसका प्राइस था अपने सपोर्ट के पास, और एक बड़ा सा ग्रीन कैंडल बन के ये तुम्हारा कल 7% बढ़ा था ये स्टॉक कल, और ऊपर की ओर निकला. तो अभी टेक्निकल एनालिसिस के हिसाब से ये अभी एटलीस्ट यहाँ तक जाएगा. तो यहाँ से एटलीस्ट ये 10%, 7-8% और बढ़ेगा नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज में एटलीस्ट. देन जो मैं कैंडल स्टिक्स कह रहा था, तो कैंडल स्टिक्स में कई सारे पैटर्न्स भी होता है जो आपको याद करना होगा. जैसे ये देखिए, ये यहाँ एक रेड कैंडल बना, एक छोटा सा कैंडल बना और एक बड़ा सा ग्रीन कैंडल बना। तो इसको, ये पैटर्न को हम लोग कहते हैं मॉर्निंग स्टार या हैमर, ये सब टाइप हम लोग कह सकते हैं। तो ये बेसिकली एक बुलिश ट्रेंड का साइन होता है। तो यहाँ से कितना अच्छा होने के बाद ये इतना ऊपर तक गया था, मतलब यहाँ से अच्छा खासा बढ़ा था नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज में। तो ये सब सब चीज हमारा पार्ट होता है टेक्निकल एनालिसिस का। वैसे ये कंपनी है IRFC, इसका कई बार ये प्राइस पे रेजिस्टेंस था 27 पे, एक बार गया, यहाँ कई महीनों बाद गया, फिर यहाँ कई महीनों बाद गया। पर इस समय ये फाइनली कुछ महीना पहले, अभी अराउंड नवंबर, अगर आप देखेंगे मिड नवंबर, इसको सुंदर सा कैंडल बना के ऊपर निकल गया अच्छा वॉल्यूम के साथ। और देखिए उसके बाद कितना अच्छा बढ़ा ये। जस्ट ये 27 प्राइस है ये, विद इन 1 वीक इट वेंट टू 37। जस्ट सी हाउ मच रिटर्न इट गेव फ्रॉम 27 टू 37, 40%. If you invest in FD for 1 year, you get around 6-7% return. And this stock literally gave in 10 days 40% return. Just see the difference. And see how good volumes were building here. So all this comes under basically technical analysis. That is the main part. Now coming to resources. तो आप सबको यही लग रहा होगा कि ये सब तो ठीक है, आपको समझ में आ गया कि स्टॉक मार्केट काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसका काफी अच्छा पॉसिबिलिटी है, ये काफी अच्छा टूल है टू बिकम रिच एंड मेनी मोर थिंग्स, टू बिकम फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम, टू ग्रो योर वेल्थ। बट लाइक हाउ टू स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस कंसेप्ट? सो इसके लिए कई सारी रिसोर्सेज है, जैसे कि बुक्स, न्यूज़लेटर्स, आर्टिकल्स, यूट्यूब चैनल्स। फिर आपको प्रैक्टिस करना होगा, प्रैक्टिस मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है। एंड ऑब्वियसली सब मूवीज वेब सीरीज तो चाहिए ही, थोड़ा अपना इंटरेस्ट एंथुसियाज्म मेंटेन करने के लिए। तो इसके लिए आपको ये करना होगा कि आप इसके लिए मेरे लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल चेक कर सकते हैं। तो जस्ट मैं प्रोफाइल का लिंक शेयर कर दे रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, क्योंकि मैंने लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल में ये सारे रिसोर्सेज पहले ही शेयर किए हुए, तो यहाँ वापस से स्लाइड में शेयर करने से कोई फायदा नहीं होता। तो ये मेरा लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल है, मैं इसका लिंक भेज दे रहा हूँ। तो आप सिंपल अपना प्रोफाइल खोल के आप ऊपर सर्च कर सकते हैं स्टॉक मार्केट, फॉर एग्जांपल स्टॉक मार्केट बुक्स मधुर जैन, एंड देन जस्ट सिलेक्ट पोस्ट। सो जस्ट गो बिलो, सी you saw my one post which was little older, 5 books for every stock market beginners. So you can just go and see which are the books you can check here. So these are the best books for every beginners. So even a class 8 or class 10 school student can understand stock market through this book. So you can just go and see in this manner. So I regularly share many more things about stock market, finance and startups over LinkedIn. So ये काफी अच्छा रहेगा कि आप लोग जैसे मेरे प्रोफाइल में पुराने पोस्ट को एक बार थोड़ा देखे, कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक आपको देखना है तो आप ऊपर सर्च भी कर सकते हैं अच्छा से, तो वो शो कर देगा। जैसे यहाँ मैंने बताया कि क्या आपको करना चाहिए स्टॉक मार्केट में, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, कई सारे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स मैंने शेयर किए। तो इसी तरीके से आप कई सारी बुक्स देख सकते हैं, स्टॉक मार्केट के मूवीज भी मैंने शेयर किए। तो यहाँ आपको सारे रिसोर्सेज मिल जाएंगे बेसिकली, जैसे सी स्टॉक मार्केट मूवीज, so that you can enjoy your weekend and learn also about stock market. So this is a very famous documentary Inside Job. It teaches you about 2008 recession, like what was happened and why it happened. Then The Wolf of Wall Street is a very famous one. Like आप सब जरूर देखे होंगे ये तो at least. So basically I have shared all the resources over LinkedIn already, so you can just go and check. एंड लाइक सम रिसोर्सेज अगर मैंने अभी तक नहीं किए होंगे तो मैं वो नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज में ही कर दूंगा। तो ये आपके रिसोर्सेज पार्ट हो गए। So career options. So mostly stock market alone आपका ना ये एक self employed टाइप का जॉब है कि आप क्योंकि इसमें टाइम काफी कंज्यूम होता है समझने में सीखने में it takes a lot of time. So one method is you can only do stock market full time as an investor or trader. But ये थोड़ा risky है because like most of us come from like middle class background and we need some money to support us as well as our families. So another good option is we can do a full-time job in any industry, be it software industry, uh, any other industry, be it finance industry, or even in anything related to arts, any field. And side by side, you can just take your salary, save some good amount of it, and just invest in various mutual funds or index funds over long term. Like which I showed the Nifty chart. If you seen that Nifty chart, how Nifty or Sensex also grew so much. Then there are some research job options like equity research analyst. This is the fundamental related things. They make reports about various sectors, stock market, and other things, companies. Then they are fundamental analysts, technical analysts. Those are experts in that particular field. And then they are financial planners, advisors. So this is a very powerful concept. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. तो इसमें वारेन बफेट हमें समझाते हैं कि जब सबको अगर कोई चीज को बेचने लगता है ना तब आपको वो चीज काफी सस्ता मिलने लगता है और तब वो बहुत अच्छा समय हो सकता है वह उसमें से अच्छी कंपनीज को खरीदने का। और अभी एग्जैक्टली ऐसा ही हो रहा है जिसे मैं आपको दिखाया फॉर एग्जांपल फेसबुक का स्टॉक का प्राइस लेट्स से मेटा का। और जब हर कोई कोई चीज को खरीदने लगता है जैसा एक डेढ़ साल पहले कई कंपनीज में हो रहा था तो आपको उस समय उससे बाहर निकल जाना है। जैसे आप देखे होंगे कि इलॉन मस्क का टेस्ला कंपनी का स्टॉक खूब बढ़ रहा था अंधाधुंध। देन क्रिप्टो मार्केट डोज कॉइन सब अंधाधुंध बढ़ रहा था बिटकॉइन एवरीथिंग। और आज देखिए जस्ट फ्यू मंथ्स 1 ईयर में सब क्रैश हो गया बुरी तरह। सो हम लोग ने एक काफी स्पेशल कम्युनिटी बिल्ड किया है फिनस्टार्ट विच स्टैंड्स फॉर फाइनेंस एंड स्टार्टअप्स। सो इस कम्युनिटी में हम लोग कई सारी अच्छी अच्छी रिसोर्सेज लाइक कई सारी रिपोर्ट्स, कई सारी अच्छी वीडियोस की लिंक, कई सारी बुक्स, न्यूज़लेटर्स हम लोग डायरेक्टली शेयर करते फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। तो अगर आप इस कम्युनिटी के मेंबर नहीं है अभी तक तो ये कम्युनिटी आप जरूर से ज्वाइन कर लीजिए फिनस्टार्ट ताकि आपको सारे रिसोर्सेज, न्यूज अपडेट्स एंड वेरियस थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू फाइनेंस एंड स्टार्टअप आपको मिले। और इसको अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ जरूर शेयर करिएगा ताकि न सिर्फ आप बट apart from you your friends also get the benefit of these really nice resources. So I'm just sharing the link of Finstart in the comments section. uh, Sorry, I forgot to share the my profile link also, LinkedIn one. So this is the link of Finstart community. Once you open, we have YouTube channels for educational purpose, WhatsApp community, Telegram community, and our social media pages. So don't forget to check all these resources. They are uh, they are really good. Like we have been working very hard to gather good ones. And in a YouTube channel too, like we are sharing various stories of billionaires and millionaires. So you will really enjoy those stories, like short 5 to 10 minute stories. So don't forget to watch that. The name of that channel is FinS. I'm sharing the link of this one. Just see the chat section, everyone. So this was related to our community part. So moving on to the next part. So this is again a very important thing, feedback. So See, we do all the things absolutely free of cost. Like this session was totally free, and I spent 3 to 5 hours yesterday to prepare this presentation, to find different charts, to select the topics, so that you can be benefited by listening to this session, and you can learn a lot. So, if you have learned anything from this session, if you got any value from it, then please share it over any social media forums, like over a LinkedIn, through a post, over a WhatsApp status, or to your friends about our initiative or about our sessions, over Instagram story, anywhere. So it will help us to reach to more and more people, and in turn help them to become financially aware, to help them in their journey to earn more money and manage it properly. So please give us a feedback, whether good or bad, whatever you feel by listening to this session. You can also tag us if you write a link, any post over LinkedIn, Instagram, etc., so that we know and we can learn from your feedback for the future sessions. So we have decided to do various sessions in future on the following topics. So it's related to advanced fundamental analysis, advanced technical analysis. Then a very common one for most of you, FNO trading, future and options. Then resume writing, LinkedIn brand building, how to network in today's world, which is extremely important. If you're doing any kind of job, business, a college student, anything, then about venture capital. So I told you that stock market is the best investment in comparison to FDs, real estate, bonds, gold, etc. But there is one thing which is even better than stock market, and that is startups and venture capital. You can get even better returns and more impact through this sector. And it's my favorite sector, venture capital. So I would be discussing about why India is having so many good startups. Like some of them are quite good. Like you must be using various startups like startups services like uh, PhonePe, Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Oyo, Redbus. So understanding about startups and how one can invest in those through venture capital. So all these things would be discussed in the future sessions, and I'll share about those sessions, those details over my LinkedIn post, over my WhatsApp status, and undoubtedly in my FinStart community. So just follow those very properly. So coming to the favorite part, Q&A. So any doubt anyone has, any questions, feel free to ask. We can discuss it for next sometime. You can raise your hand and ask. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Aniket. Just wanted to ask, like, what's the best platform according to you to start with the share market? Like, Zerodha or Grow?
So, see, all these famous ones are quite good. So it won't matter much, like whether you are using Zerodha or Grow or Upstox. So all are nearly equally good. Personally, I use Zerodha because there are some features, some things a little better and more simpler to use. So you can also use Zerodha, like or any of the top three, top five ones, most famous ones are good. So any other questions, anyone? Like feel free to ask any questions, whether in English language, Hindi language, anything about stock market. Like this is the best time you can ask. And see, today we have a very small audience, so you can ask easily. Like probably from next time we will start having more and more audience, so then you will feel more difficult to ask in front of everyone.
I just wanted to ask, what's the best way, like proper way of reading stock market books? Because if you just like पलट रहे देख रहे पढ़ रहे हैं समझ रहे हैं कि हाँ बहुत सारे information chunks में मतलब एक पर एक आ रहा है, मगर एक्चुअल तरीका क्या हो सकता है जिससे मतलब मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी के साथ बुक का रिटेन कर सके, बुक पढ़ने
सो
में?
देखो, इसमें प्रॉब्लम ये होता है ना कि लोग गलत बुक से स्टार्ट कर देते हैं। सो लोग उन बुक से स्टार्ट कर देते स्टॉक मार्केट को जो सबसे फेमस होता है, और जनरली वो बेस्ट बुक्स नहीं होता एक बिगिनर के लिए। लाइक सबसे फेमस बुक में से एक है द इंटेलिजेंट इन्वेस्टर, लेकिन वो बुक का साइज ही 800,000 पेजेस है। तो अगर कोई बिगिनर को बोल दिया जाए कि वो 1000 पेजेस कोई चीज के बारे में पढ़े जो उसको एकदम नहीं पता, तो वो तो 10 पेज पढ़ के सो जाएगा, एंड ही वोंट अंडरस्टैंड मच थिंग्स। तो यहाँ इंपॉर्टेंट है कि राइट सेट ऑफ बुक्स को स्टार्ट करना, और इसीलिए मैं वो लिंक्डइन पोस्ट में वही बेस्ट बुक्स बताया जिनको पढ़ के मैंने खुद स्टार्ट किया था। मैंने वो सब बुक्स को खुद ट्राई एंड टेस्ट किया हूँ, और कई और लोगों से भी पूछा हूँ कि उनका कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, और ये सब बहुत ही इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड इम्पोर्टेंट चीज बताते हैं। और उसके बाद फिर एडवांस बुक्स रहता है। और खाली बुक्स पढ़ना बोरिंग होगा, तो उसके लिए मिक्स अप्रोच करना होगा। तो जैसे कि हर दिन थोड़ा देर बुक्स पढ़े, कुछ कुछ वीडियो देखे यूट्यूब चैनल्स पे स्टॉक मार्केट रिलेटेड, कुछ पोस्ट पढ़े, जैसे मैं लिंक्डइन में रेगुलरली पोस्ट डालता हूँ फाइनेंस एंड स्टार्टअप्स का। ऑनलाइन और भी कई सारे लोग हैं जो अच्छे आर्टिकल्स, अच्छे ब्लॉग्स डालते हैं। और साथ में कुछ मूवीज, वेब सीरीज देखे फाइनेंस स्टॉक मार्केट का। जैसे आप सब कोई आपने सब कोई जरूर स्कैम 1992 देखा होगा, तो वो भी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग था। तो बीच बीच में मूवीज, वेब सीरीज देखने से हमारा थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट बना रहता है चीजों में। तो अगर सिर्फ हम बुक्स पढ़ेंगे तो बोरिंग लगेगा, तो उसको मिक्स करना होगा ये सबसे। और ऑब्वियसली साथ में थोड़ा थोड़ा स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ मनी से हमें इन्वेस्ट करना एंड ट्रेड करना भी स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि खाली थ्योरी पढ़ने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। जैसे लाइक if I wanted to understand how to swim, if I just read the manuals, then I will never understand how to swim. Ultimately I have to get into the pool, and initially I will fail hundreds of times, but just keep trying and ultimately I'll succeed. So it's similar in stock market also. Yeah, Aditya, go ahead.
Hi, Madhur. So, like, you have recommended like 4, 5 books for beginners in your LinkedIn. So, but if you had to recommend the first book for a beginner, the very first book, so which one should I go with?
Yeah, so like in that post, I have recommended in that order only. So the first book in that post, you
Okay.
can go with the book. So like I personally started like for first book, you can either start with like I'm saying some few options. One is Rich Dad Poor Dad. So it's a really very nice basic book. Another is The Psychology of Money. That is also really good. Or you can like both of them are mostly related to financial literacy, not exactly related to stock market. So if you want from stock market exactly, then there is one book, How to Avoid Loss and Win Consistently in Stock Market by Prasenjit Paul. Like this was mentioned in my Indian post also, like you don't have to write down currently. So this book, like nobody has heard about this book, literally. Very, very less famous book. But it's a very, very good book for a complete beginner. And very, very nicely written, very good things shared in this book. So that's why I was saying that I shared those things over LinkedIn. One can go through my like previous LinkedIn post.
Okay, thank you.
So anyone else has any other questions? See, I discussed many things today, and like many things I have to complete in little hurry because like it was just a overview of different things. So that's why I didn't get into detail about like fundamental analysis or what is price action or technical analysis or other things. Because like most of the audience that registered for this session had were complete beginners. So like for them, like understanding basics and financial literacy is more important. So, yeah, some person commented. 1 second. Yeah, so Pooja, like, one have to be little cautious. Like, you can start investing with some amount, like, and you have to keep some amount. Like, if the market comes more lower, or if a particular stock comes more lower, so you have to do investment in various part wise. Like, if you wanted to like invest in Tata Motors for, let's say, 40,000, so don't go and buy for 40,000 tomorrow only. Like, buy only for 10,000 tomorrow. Then see for next few days, like, how is it going? And then slowly and slowly, like, over some days, some weeks, uh, if everything goes well according to your analysis, then invest more. And like, currently, Indian markets are little uh, at higher valuation. Like, prices of various stocks are little high. So that's also true. So does anyone wants to share any feedback now? Like, how was this session, or like where we can improve? What are some good or bad things related to this session today? Okay, then I think we can wrap up this session. So I am turning the recording off. I'll share the recording as well as the slides to everyone who has registered for this session.